Case file Bangalore, mid-1990s. For approximately 18 months, the city exhibited symptoms of what behavioral psychologists would later classify as mass paranoia. No verified casualties, no arrests, no physical evidence. But the infection spread regardless. Men organized street patrols. Families refused to answer their doors after sunset. The trigger? An entity that didn't break into homes. It waited to be invited. Residents reported hearing knocking, 3 distinct impacts, followed by a voice. Not a stranger's voice. The voice of your mother, your wife, your son. Phonetically perfect, emotionally precise. The entity they called the Stree. If you opened the door, the reports claimed you would die within 24 hours. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was simpler. You lost the last person you trusted. Phase 1. The Silicon Nightmares, Bangalore, mid-1990s. By day, the city was being rebuilt as the Silicon Valley of Asia. Texas Instruments had arrived. Infosys and Wipro were constructing glass campuses that stretched across hundreds of acres. Indian engineers were writing the future of global software. Rational, systematic, empirical. But by night, the same men patrolled residential neighborhoods with wooden staffs and instructions to challenge anyone walking alone. The paradox was complete. They debugged million-dollar systems by day and painted anti-witch spells by night. Engineers who understood Boolean logic were writing protection algorithms in red paint on wooden doors. The codebase had changed. The debugging process had not. By August of 1995, entire neighborhoods exhibited behavioral patterns consistent with siege mentality. The city that was building the future had reverted to defending against the past. Case Study A, The Skeptic. Location, Koramangala. September 12, 1995. Subject, male, age 26. Occupation, software engineer. Self-identified skeptic regarding supernatural phenomena. He had refused to paint Nale Ba on his door. His stated rationale was simple: statistical improbability. At 11:47 p.m., he heard 3 distinct impacts, followed by a voice. Son, open the door. It's cold outside. Voice identification. Positive match for subject's mother. Phonetic accuracy. Complete. But his mother lived in Mysore, 140 kilometers away. Logic said, impossible. Amygdala said, mother. 0.3 seconds. That is how long it takes your brain to override instinct with logic. The entity only needs 0.2. He opened the door. Subject did not report for work the following morning. Apartment found vacant. No signs of struggle. Logic is not a defense against neurology. Case Study B, The Protector. Location, Indiranagar. October 3rd. Subject, female, age 31, mother of 1. At 2:14 a.m., she woke up. Her Nale Ba protection was painted clearly on the door. Her windows were latched. But then, the input arrived. Mom, please, I'm scared. Auditory input. Daughter's voice. Location, outside the apartment. Visual input. Daughter's body. Location, beside her in bed, asleep. The entity had weaponized her maternal instinct. It was mimicking the distress cries of her 4-year-old child. She walked to the door. She reached for the handle. Her daughter was sleeping safely behind her, but the voice outside was screaming in terror. She stood there for 3 hours, frozen, hand hovering over the latch. She did not open the door, but the psychological damage was done. She later stated, I heard my daughter cry for help. I know her voice. How do I trust my own ears now? Case Study C. The Glitch, October 21st, monsoon season. Rainfall, 8.3 inches. A family in Jayanagar had written Nale Ba on their door, but they used water-based paint. By 10 p.m., the rain had washed the letters away. The code was corrupted. At 11:33 p.m., the father heard his brother's voice at the door. "Open up, I'm getting soaked." He went to the peephole. He saw nothing. Then he looked down and saw the red paint streaking on the floor. The firewall had failed. The voice outside changed tone. It stopped pleading. It became cold. "You're inside, aren't you?" "I know." The family retreated to the center of the room. They sat in silence until dawn. They survived because they realized the glitch in time. Post-incident analysis, the semantic protection required legibility to function. When the code degraded, the entity bypassed the instruction set. Chapter 4. The Modern Echo. We stopped writing Nale Ba or Come Tomorrow on our walls years ago. The patrols stopped. The panic faded. But the entity adapted. Case file, California, March 2024. An elderly woman receives a call from her granddaughter. She is crying. She needs money. The voice is a 99.7% acoustic match, but the granddaughter was safe at school. The voice was synthetic. In 1995, we called it a witch. In 2025, we call it a deepfake. The technology has changed. The fear has not. It doesn't knock on your door anymore. It is already in your pocket. We used to write Nale Ba to buy us 24 hours. But now, the knock comes through fiber optic cables at the speed of light. So ask yourself, when your phone rings tonight, and you hear the voice you trust most in the world, are they really there? Or is the entity finally inside?